A natural color palette is said to be one of the simplest to live with. Not only do the various shades of different colors provide visual relief, they also leave plenty of flexibility for future changes to the decor.
A natural color palette brings a lot of warmth to a space. Not a lot of warmth and tranquility. You can see a lot of those color palettes are used in your day spas. That would be mostly your beiges, your browns, and your grays, your touches of green as well. The colors that we have used, we were looking to achieve the client's brief, which was a timeless elegance with a touch of vintage to it. So we've used a very neutral scheme with the bigger pieces in the house so that whenever she needs to change a color in the home, she doesn't have to break the bank. We've used colors that can coordinate with other colors simply like that. The bigger pieces in this lounge, like your couch and the TV stand, coffee tables, are the contemporary pieces that dominate. And then you've got your vintage pieces that have been added in to add that vintage flair, like the 2 occasional chairs and the accessories. I've worked with linen, velvet, and a bit of silk, and as well added a vintage rug to bring in that vintage flair.
To maximize on the modestly sized spaces in this home, Lindiwe used color and appropriately scaled furnishings.
It's very important that you apply ergonomics, especially in small spaces. You need to know what kind of furniture you need to use there. So with this particular space, we've opted for an L couch that can accommodate at least 8 people, as well as those 2 complementary chairs, which are quite petite as well. So we've opened up the space here and we've custom made this dining room table to be the exact size we wanted for this space. To maximize the space as well, we've used a floating TV stand instead of a bulky TV stand, and in the dining room we've added that feature mirror to open up the space. What we've used to make this master bedroom look bigger is the colors on the wall. We've painted a very light paint that is not too heavy on the eye, as well as the rose gold mirrored side tables to just add that bounce of color as well to open up the space. The wallpaper that also brings a lot of character to the bedroom. Now we've added a lot of geometric patterns as well with the scatter cushions and a bit of fur, to add that texture because winter has descended on us. We have also tried to bring in the vintage flair with the Victorian mirror as well as the carpets that you see on the floor. Guest bedroom, we have gone a little bit more dramatic. We wanted to add a little bit of Hollywood glam onto the vintage scheme. So we've added greens and your golds to match with the softer colors that are on the wall and on the headboards. In the second guest bedroom, we have focused a lot on the vintage flair. My client had a kist that was given to her by one of her family members, and we decided to just give it a new life, and we've chalk painted it into a nice grey cream kind of a color. And when you look at the headboard, we've gone that vintage, we've featured that vintage style to it that goes perfectly with that wallpaper that is behind it.
Although neutral colors are the base that creates a flow throughout the house, each space has items that give it a distinct personality.
In this main bedroom, this is a more classical light, and we've used it because it picks up very nicely on the Victorian mirror that we have here in this room. In the first guest bedroom, we have featured a more rustic light, a black chandelier that picks up on the mirrors that are above the headboard. The lights that we've used downstairs, we'll start with the light in the kitchen. We've used a nice train rose gold light in the kitchen that the client came back from overseas with it, and that's the light that inspired the touches of rose gold that you see. Some of the items that you can use to add personality to a space can be like old sentimental pieces that have been passed down from your family, a feature rug that is a pop of color. If you're a person who's vibrant and who loves color, you can even feature that even with your flowers and your accessories to give up your personality, your style.
Neutral colors can combine to create versatile color schemes that are an ideal palette for any space's style. They work in decorating both to create backdrops as well as a calming atmosphere.